It's the end of a decade, the beginning of 2020. That's right, it's a new year and you're trying to set goals. You've got these resolutions, but you know what? People get frustrated when they don't achieve them. So today I'm going to be talking about the 7 mistakes that you want to avoid when setting your goals and the tips to actually achieve them coming up. Welcome to Video Influencers. My name is Benji Travis. We're helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online videos. That's right. Sean and I, we started this channel to help you guys start YouTube channels, crush it here on this platform. We have tips videos. We have interviews with some of the most successful people on this platform. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, hit that like button, and comment below. What is one of your goals in 2020? We want to know because we want to help you achieve them. But before we get into it, let's talk about what it is that we are going to be sharing with you, which is, it's a new year's. The holidays just got done. We celebrated with family. It's a nice time to just reflect. But you know what? A lot of you, probably all of you watching, are grinding. You're getting right to it. You're writing down your goals. You're planning out your year. You're going to improve your skills. You're writing down what it is that you want. And obviously today we're talking about goals. You're setting some goals for yourself, whether in your notebook or in your notes, in your calendar, in your schedules. And so we're going to be talking about the 7 biggest mistakes that you want to avoid and the tips to actually achieve your goals. And the first mistake that people make when they're setting their goals is putting everything into a 12-month timeline. Honestly, that's an arbitrary number, like 12 months. Especially if you've got big goals, they're going to be, they're going to take you a lot longer. But also, some goals, they might only take you a week or a month. Why is it that in January, we actually take time to plan out the rest of the year when we should be doing that every month to month? Take out your calendar, your schedule, your notebook. And I would look at this every single week, every single month, but also give yourself a lot of forgiveness. Your goals aren't going to be accomplished in just 12 months. I think this is the number one biggest mistake that makes people fail when it comes to accomplishing their goals. Because literally, if they hit month 12, December, and they don't accomplish whatever they set, they get frustrated and they quit. And sometimes they don't ever try to achieve it. When I set goals, I try to dream big, dream realistic, but understand that sometimes your goals might take much longer than just 2020. Sean and I, when we started this channel, we had 5-year goals. We didn't even have a date to them. We just knew that, there's so much that we want to accomplish, and some of the achievements that we want for ourselves will take much longer than a year. So that's the first mistake that you want to avoid, and just don't get arbitrary numbers. My tip here is ask people who have already done it. Like, for example, writing a book. We thought it was going to take 6 months. It took us 4 years. If we were smart, we would have asked other authors, hey, realistically, it's our first book. Yes, we've got experience with YouTube. How long do you think it will take for us to write this book? And based on their experience, their knowledge, and what they know it takes, you take that into account to considering how long you want to set yourself up to actually achieve that goal. So that's my first mistake that I want to share with you guys. The second mistake is too many goals. Definitely the number one frustration is the fact that you don't achieve it, and it's because you have too many goals to focus on. We need to be super focused on one goal so that at the end of the year we don't feel like we achieve none of the goals, because so many people literally are quitting right away. And this is what's crazy. It's not just in December. People are quitting in January because they got this long list. Nothing wrong with being ambitious, but I would almost say focus on just 1 to maybe 3 goals every single year, especially if you're just getting started or you had a lot of failures when it comes to setting goals and achieving them in past years. I know that I started achieving my goals faster and in a much grander way when I started super focusing on literally just one goal. So every year I have one goal that's my only focus. Another thing I want to add here is you can always add goals. Once you accomplish something, you'd be surprised. I just mentioned how you want to be realistic about time. Things might take a little bit longer than normal. or more than 12 months. But you know what? If you're focused on that one goal, you might achieve it way sooner than you think. But if you got 10 goals, it's spread out and you're spread thin, it can be frustrating. And oftentimes you won't actually accomplish any of them. All right, let's get into the third mistake, which is stopping at the goal and not breaking it down. So this is something so simple, but people stop short of what's really important. When you're setting goal, it's not enough to just write it down or think about it or have it on your wall. You want to actually define the things that are that you need to actually do to accomplish what it is that you set out to do. Again, going back to the first tip, which is ask other people. If there's something you've never accomplished before and you want to achieve that goal, nothing wrong with that, but you're going to need some context on what it's going to take to actually do that. So ask people who have done it, write down a list of to-dos, ask them about their experiences, interview people. What's crazy is, in addition to people in your life who probably have some kind of knowledge about it, there's so many blogs out there. You can research all over the internet. There's probably a YouTube video about it. So again, get additional information and set some to-dos, because those things, those broken down to-dos is what's going to actually help you step by step make those baby steps towards actually achieving your goal. So don't make the mistake of just writing it down and not having a plan. Definitely plan it out so that you can gradually get to that place and you can spread out the work throughout the year or whatever your timeline is. All right. The fourth mistake people make when setting their goals is setting other people's goals. Now, this is something that probably a lot of people don't hear a lot, but you definitely need to. Ask yourself, have you had goals in the past that were influenced by your parents? Maybe you're younger and they wanted you to go to school, but you don't really want to go to school, but you set it as a goal because, again, like becoming a doctor was important. Or maybe you had some friends that were really hustling and they were entrepreneurs, joined an MLM or some kind of business, got you in, and you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do next year, but you really weren't that interested. Make sure the goals that you're setting are things that you're passionate about, that you're interested in. So this is more of a mistake people make without thinking, but you need to take a moment to actually be insightful about your life, about what it is that you want to accomplish for the rest of your years, and base your goals that you set off of that. Do not let society, family and friends, peers, social media determine what it is that you're going to do, or at least the goal you're going to set. Because if there isn't that interest or that passion or that desire to actually accomplish that goal, you will not. And it's, again, another huge mistake that makes people fall short of achieving their goal. All right, are you guys liking this? Hit that like button. We are going to do a Q&A at the end. Real quick, just want to give some shout outs to some people. We got the Blonde Critique, B Millionaire, Shelbo99, hello again. We've got Sweet Escape Vlogs. Love it. Again, hit that like button and leave your questions because we're going to answer those at the end. All right. The fifth mistake people make when it comes to setting their goals is no purpose or why behind the goal. Now, I would love to rant again about this point, but there's no one better to hear from than Sean Cannell. So let's listen to him when he talks about this point.
Really attach deep emotion to it, to just kind of open up personally. When I think about the hustle I put into video influencers, to our tech channel, the deep emotion behind that was when I started to think about, we have some health challenges in our family. And I thought, man, it would be ideal to have a certain kind of lifestyle and be able to work from home. And because if I could, I could attend to those. I thought, okay, well, what's going to happen with, my parents and my future and retirement and my whole family? Like, am I thinking just about providing for myself, or am I thinking about providing bigger? How passionate about, do I want to share to impact others around the world? And do I really believe in my message? And if I do, well, then I'm going to put that much more hustle in. If it's just about getting views, there's not necessarily a ton of depth there that's going to give you the resolve needed to hustle hard and do the work and push through discouragement and push through setbacks. But maybe it's your family. Maybe it's you want to set up the next generation. Maybe you so believe in what you're doing, really taking some time to get into the emotion.
Thank you so much, Sean. That's a throwback to 2016. Can you believe it? Sean and I, that was a live broadcast with both of us years ago. And we'll put a link down to that if you guys want to check that out. Or just type in video influencers goal setting, you'll find it. The reason I love that is because, again, this mistake that people make, similar to the last one where your goals are based on other people's goals or desires for your life, you need a why. And a lot of people, they will set a goal and it's almost like empty. There's nothing to it. Like, what's the motivation for it? What is going to drive you? And I love what Sean said. It's your why that's going to drive you through those hard times, get through those challenges, get over those bumps in the road that are inevitable. You know, life is life, and everybody's got problems and stresses and things that they need to hurdle over. And if you don't have a strong why, so ask yourself this when you're setting your goals. What is the motivation? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it supporting a charity? Is it helping hungry kids? Is it making money? Now, Sean even mentioned, like, just getting views isn't enough. Like, why is it that you want to make those views or get those views? Are you trying to affect somebody in a positive way? Are you trying to help someone? Here in the influencer community, Sean and I, we want to help you guys avoid the mistakes we've made along with so many other creators, as well as succeed faster than if you didn't have this resource called Video Influencers. The reason we wrote YouTube Secrets is because we know from all the interviews that we made, by the way, the link to the book is down below, or you can get it at Amazon. The reason we wrote that book is because we knew if we had read a book like that in the early days, our growth would have been much more rapid. We would have had hyper growth. So we want to give you guys a resource to help you get there faster than we did. So again, that is our why, and it drives us. No matter how much money we're making or how many views we get, we're all about helping you. So if you have a strong why, if you've got something that's motivating you every single day, it's going to drive you to actually achieve the goal. And that's the whole point of this broadcast. So make sure you write down what that why is. Make sure you're clear about what your motivation is going to be. Whew, that's some good stuff. All right. The sixth mistake that people make is not looking at your goals. And let's hear from Al Pacino when it comes to looking at your goals.
That's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you.
That's right, Al Pacino. I believe it. That's 6 inches in front of your face. So honestly, if you like Al Pacino, hit that like button. The reason I put that in there is I just like that clip, but it really emphasizes the point that what you look at is what you're going to care about. What you see is what you're going to think about. And whether this is in a notebook, by the way, you know, I love phones, I love our digital devices, but this is not enough. This is too distracting. You want to physically put your goals that you're setting in front of you on a Post-it note. Oftentimes, my office at home, I have Post-it notes all over my monitor. Have a black book or a notebook that you actually physically write in and you look at it every single week. At home, in the bathroom, I love having it in the mirror because everybody brushes their teeth every single day. You go in that bathroom every single morning, you're going to look at that goal first thing and that first influence. And this is why I don't like devices, because let's be real. What's the first thing most people do when they wake up in the morning? They pick up their phone and they look at it. They go to an app. They see other people's pictures. They look at other people's lives. You want to look at your own goals so that you can change your own life. So the sixth mistake is not looking at your goals. And the tip here is put them right in front of you. Put them everywhere so you're always looking at it, whether it's your black book or sticky notes or a calendar or all over your house, all over your office. I mean, honestly, when I was hustling back in the day, I would even in my car on the horn of the steering wheel put my goals right there so I would look at them when I'm sitting in traffic frustrated. So make sure you have them in front of you all the time. The seventh and final mistake is not taking action. I know this ain't sexy or anything, mind-blowing, but the honest truth is most people, they set it, whether now before the New Year's or afterwards, and then they don't do anything. So the tip here is take action right away. Don't wait for next week or next month or next year. Take action this moment. This is why that tip of having a plan, these action items and to-dos is awesome, is really important, because you want baby steps. What is it that you can do today? So for example, say you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to start teaching people something, have your own course to fund your life. What courses could you get to help you speed the process up? What books could you read right now? By the way, you can get this on Audible right now and listen to it while you're working out, while you're walking, while you're washing the dishes. What can you do right now? Those baby steps. There's so many action items that you can actually implement into your life right now. And don't wait to take action. And I love what Gary says about goal setting. He says, like, yeah, I think it's great to set New Year's goals or resolutions if it's like December 31st. But even if it's January, July, June, October, you should be feel confident in actually setting goals like right now. So make sure you guys aren't waiting for this like perfect moment to actually set up your goals and to work towards them. All right, so we're getting to the question of the day. What is one of your goals that you have for yourself? Put it down below in the comments area. And again, we're going to get into Q&A in a moment. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is an acronym that I just recently learned called SMART. SMART goals is what you want to remember when actually planning for 2020 and what you want to accomplish. So let's start with S. What is S? Specific. You want to be targeted. You want to specify exactly what it is that you want to do or accomplish. So don't just say like, I want to make $100,000. Specify how you want to make that 100,000, like in what manner, how many different forms of income, right? That's so important. M. Measurable. You want to make sure you measure along the way, because you want to be able to keep track of your progress, but at the same time, you don't want to just like something very grayish. You don't want to just say like, oh, I just want to change the world. Like say like, I want to change 1,000 people's lives. It's measurable. Next one is A. Attainable, right? Is this realistic based off your skills, your experience, your expertise, and the resources available? You know, it's easy for you as a high school to say, oh, I want a Lamborghini next year. I want to drive to school. But like, how are you going to do that? Is it attainable in the amount of time you're giving yourself? So make sure it's attainable based on where you're at. Fourth is R. Relevant. Again, I talk about how so many people set goals that other people want for them, or influenced by society or social media or family and friends and peers. Is this relevant to what you want to accomplish in your life? The more relevant it is to what you're interested in and passionate about, the more likely you're going to actually achieve the goals you set. And last one is S for time-based, or not S, T for time-based. So time-based, this is what I want to say. You want to set a date. Now, ironically, I mentioned how people have 12-month arbitrary. Let's see what happens. Yo, sorry you guys. We're back. We're back. We're back. Are we back? Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I think we're back, but on a completely separate live stream right now. Let's see. All right, I'm back, you guys. All right, so I'm here. Let me know if you guys can see me. Okay, cool. Sorry, you guys. Well, we just had some technical difficulties, but the last thing I was saying is set yourself a deadline, like have a timeline. If you have a specific date you're working towards, the more likely you're going to actually prioritize your goals and the actions needed to accomplish those goals. What you need to do to achieve the things that the resolutions that you have for yourself. That's all I want to talk about. So quickly, I just want to say good luck and crush it in 2020. If you guys haven't yet, pick up YouTube Secrets. That's going to help you crush it here on YouTube for sure. It's available on Audible, Amazon. You can get it as an audiobook. Also go to tubesecretsbook.com if you want to get some advanced YouTube Secrets training. And it's totally free. Just go over there and check that out. It's a great resource for anybody that wants to jumpstart their year, this is a perfect time to do that. And make sure you follow us on social media at Video Influencers. And if you guys want to see our video where we actually chat about setting goals years ago, it's still very relevant. It's specific to YouTube. Click or tap the screen right here. If you just want to see all of our videos to help you crush it on YouTube, click or tap the screen right here. And I'll talk to you later.